From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. 180! 12, fellas. Here we go.
Who that? Check safety, check safety. Switch. Hey.
One, Omaha.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Get ready. Back. Tight leg.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Garoppolo looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
21.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This is Jerick McKinnon, who missed the entire 2018 campaign. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Come on, that.
52, Mike, 52.
On second down, it's Carson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
What?
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down.
Alert.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games.
Now loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go. 180.
Watch the run.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Here we go. 180.
Mike, 54.
We had.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting?
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They're not ready for this, man. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Gun.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
25.
Check. Watch 54.
Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility. Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down, coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping it.
Yeah, good luck for that, because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson to throw. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Let's go.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Man up, D. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
And here's Wilson throwing again. He'll find Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, 0-0-0. Defense on deck. On deck. Right there. Go. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the run.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run the counter. Carson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing is Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Coleman now. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rip left, rip left.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Stop us.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
1, Omaha.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A 47-yard attempt.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
To throw is Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Gun.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. You can't block me. You can't block me.
36 power.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Mike 50. Watch the screen. Mike's 50. Time to go, night.
Hey, alert.
Here we go. 50. You ain't going nowhere.
On 3rd down, Wilson finding some room at midfield and able to find Dorsett. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Carson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Wilson now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for Carlos Hyde. Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Wilson now to throw again. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Bring it. 12. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
All go special. All go special.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Here we go. 180. 12.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
They will run again with Coleman. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably. At the forefront of his mind, just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from it. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. A critical error there, and a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. D Ford in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll toss it out to Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Good job right there. Good job right there. 52, right 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
Here's Wilson. 20. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th.
Wilson's pass complete to DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy. Everyone should go. Let's go, touch.
On 1st down, Carson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
40. 50's the Mike. Good.
Now Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Zebra.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Mike 54. 13. Check 49. Check takes 3. 218. Chopper. Switch.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Let's bring it.
Mike 5-4. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Wilson to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54.
He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Right there, 54 Mike. Tackles, tackles.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go. Got it.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Ready?
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. San Francisco.